Hey everyone!
Hey guys!
Hey, welcome back to OOMFIES.
Mm-hmm. Everyone's favorite podcast.
Yeah, episode 4. We're so back. I know I was talking about how much we both say like last week. I brought it up, and then for the whole episode, I kept saying it all the time. And I was joking that Em needs to put like a shock collar on us, and every time we say like, they have to shock us.
I wouldn't make
I'm
it.
taking notes this episode.
Wait,
No,
what?
Every time you guys say like or
Oh, yeah.
Oh god.
I'll do a tally.
Not too. I feel like is the biggest culprit.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest evil. I say too, but like, you know, that's fine.
I didn't notice it as much when I rewatched the others, though. Like,
That's
the new
good.
ones. Not that we weren't saying it, I just wasn't as, like,
Well, I
critical
feel
of
bad
it.
too because I'm the one editing it, so like
Mm-hmm.
if I'm being annoying or saying like a bunch, like I try to cut it out,
Mm-hmm.
and then I feel bad because I don't notice it as much with you, and
Thank
so
God.
like I'm not as what's the word,
Like,
critical
critical?
of you. So when I'm editing, I'm chopping up myself talking so much and not you, and then I'm like, I hope Jenny doesn't mind.
Oh, no, it's okay. I'm probably oversharing, though. Like, cut that. Cut me if I, like, say personal information, or I'm just, like,
Just doxing
saying too much.
ourselves.
Yeah.
So I have like quite a few notes for this week, and allegedly Jenny doesn't have any.
No.
So,
I just showed up. I was like, okay, I'm here. Try to think of stuff. Not really.
well,
but-
hopefully when I talk about stuff, you'll remember
Yeah.
things, or
Mhm.
you know. But it's gonna be another episode of me yapping so much, and Jenny just like
smiling and
mhm.
nodding. Yeah.
Which is funny because outside of the podcast, I feel like you talk so much more than I do.
Mhm.
But
I know. I think I'm just shy on
Aw,
the camera.
you're shy.
It's so embarrassing too, because I'm like, guys, go watch this, and I'm like, I feel so different. Like, even when I'm hanging out with you guys, not that I'm like a different person, but everyone acts different ways with different people, and I feel like when I'm on here, I'm like so awkward, and I'm like, oh, my friends, like, you guys aren't seeing me. You're not seeing the real me.
I am pretty good about talking on camera, like in this sort of setting, because I'm a YouTube warrior, you know, and like I've made YouTube videos before and done stuff like this. I will say, like, when I was in school, there was a few times where we had to do video projects, and I'd be like, oh, I'll act in it, and then I get really shy on camera if there's someone else behind the camera,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and there's just more people around. But I think because, like, I'm in control of this, I
Oh,
feel
then you're
better
like,
about
okay.
it. But anyways, so first thing I have is Em and I saw Mickey 17 on Friday at the Theater inside the Science Museum, which was crazy because, you know, the screen's like, it's like a dome.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so, well, I was excited about it because I was like, this is good because it's a space movie, so we thought it would be good to see on there, and it was fun. I think that was my first time seeing a movie at the Theater. Em saw Dune there, but had a,
That's
like,
cool,
they said
too.
it wasn't that.
Oh.
Well, they had a bad seat.
Oh, okay.
And
You're,
so
like,
I was like,
bringing
you choose
Oh,
the
I hate
seat.
that.
I'll go wherever
Yeah.
you go because you know more about it.
Mhm.
And I think we have pretty good seats. But still, just because of the way it's warped, there's certain, like, detail you lose
Oh, okay.
because of that. But it was still fun. And also, like I said, it's a space movie, so I was like, okay, this will be so good for the Theater. But then it ended up, there wasn't a lot of scenes actually, like, in space. Because most of the movie just, like, took place on the ship thing that they were living on, or the planet that they were at, which was, like, all snowy. So, I don't know if you know anything about that
I
one.
know Robert Pattinson is in it.
He
That's
ate,
it.
honestly. Robert Pattinson, to be completely honest with you, is someone that I just... I don't care that much about. Honestly, he ate in Mickey 17, so now I'm kind of starting to change my mind. And I do love him in the Batman. I think my thing with Robert Pattinson is, like, which I know this is dumb because it's not his fault, but I feel like he's more respected as an actor post-Twilight than Kristen Stewart is.
Yeah.
And so that, like, bothers me. I know, like I said, it's not his fault. It's just, like, misogyny.
Yeah.
But, like, I always just get mad, or I'm like, whatever. Like, he gets all these, like, cool roles. And,
Yeah.
I mean,
never-
Kristen Stewart was in Love Lies Bleeding, which ate, but for the most part.
I never thought about that, because I feel like, I was gonna say, like, before you even said that, like, oh, he's in so many big roles, but I feel like Kristen Stewart has been too. Like, she played Princess Diana.
I haven't
and it's
seen-
also, like,
I haven't
no
seen
one,
her in-
not that
in
no
that.
one talked about it, but I feel like I see more stuff online about him.
Mhm.
Even just in Twilight in general. People
Yeah.
talk about him and, like, Taylor Lautner more than Kristen
Yeah.
Stewart, even though I really liked her in Twilight.
Yeah, she is.
So.
I love her. Mickey 17 was good, though. It was the first movie from Bong Joon-ho since Parasite, right,
I've
Yeah.
been wanting to watch that. 'Cause
Parasite's so
that
good.
one, I've seen it pop up on a lot of, like, streaming services recently, so I'm like, I kind of want to watch it. I almost watched it the other night, but I was just like, oh, no.
We should watch it together, because we've been wanting to rewatch
should.
it. And once the Criterion has a black and white version on it that we really want to watch. But I think I want to watch it, like, in color again before I do
Yeah.
that. Because I've only seen it once, and I watched it on an airplane, which, like...
That,
I'm
I've been
shaking
there.
her head. Well, no, because I love watching a movie on an airplane, but I just think about how... Well, that one I watched on my phone, not on, like, the screen on the
okay.
airplane. And so whenever I think about it, I just think about... There's this clip of David Lynch where he's getting really mad about people watching movies on their phone.
Now, if you're playing the movie on a telephone, you will never in a trillion years experience the film. You'll think you have experienced it, but you'll be cheated. It's such a sadness that you think you've seen a film on your fucking telephone. Get real.
So whenever I think about that, I'm like, damn, I didn't even watch the movie.
Like, it didn't count.
Yeah,
on my phone.
basically. Yeah, it was good. I was getting annoyed because on Letterboxd, all of the reviews, not all of the reviews, but a lot of the reviews, like, people are like, oh my god, it's just like Challengers. And I'm like, okay, is this gonna be a thing now whenever there's any sort of, like, throuple scene or, like, threesome scene, that's what people are gonna say. Like, everyone's gonna be like, it's like Challengers. Because it literally is not like Challengers at all. That's the only thing, and even then, it's still not even the same because it's, like, a clone of the same guy and one girl. You know?
Yeah.
So that was
There could
annoying.
be better jokes made. I don't know.
Yeah, you guys are flopping with the jokes.
Because I love Letterboxd, but there's sometimes I'll watch a movie where, not that it's the best movie ever, but I want to see, like, serious reviews, and people make so many jokes about stuff, and I'm like, no, I want to read something, like, actually normal for a second.
Oh, I have that.
But I do love, like, the funny ones, like, they're obviously, like, they're popular
Yeah.
on there for a reason, but I'm like, wait, no, like, certain movies I'll see it, and I'm like, my life has changed, and I'll go to the reviews, and it's someone...
And it's like poo-poo fart.
Yeah,
caca,
and I'm like,
yeah.
okay, great, thanks for that.
He's a little
wanna-
freak.
Speaking of Challengers, though, I want to rewatch it so bad, because I only saw it once, like, in the movie theater, and I loved it, but then I saw an edit of it recently, and that just making me, like...
I saw a
wanna
really
watch
good
it.
edit of it yesterday, too.
I saw one, it was, like, Ethel Cain, I was like, okay I want to watch, but... Because it was more about, like, the two guys and stuff, and I was like, wait. Like, I want to rewatch it. Because I feel like when I
It's
saw
so
it
good.
in the theater, it was like, this is crazy. Like, oh my god. But I feel like if I actually sat down and watched it and, like...
I honestly
took it in
liked it
more.
more I've only seen it twice, but I liked it more the second time I watched it. And I'd watch it again and again and again, because it's so good. Should I talk about me being bit?
Oh, yeah. You were like, something bad happened. I'm like, oh
Yeah,
no.
I texted the day this happened. I texted it in the group chat, and I was like, whenever something bad happens to me now, I'm just like, yay, story for the pod. So I'm like, how do I even start here?
You could be like me, make it so dramatic.
Yeah,
As if you
basically,
died.
yeah. I do dog sitting and, like, dog walking as a side gig, and my sister does it too. And, like, I started doing it because of her. I've been doing it for, like, years now. But anyways, this past weekend, one of her really good friends, they went away for the weekend, and they asked her to watch their dog. She was like, will you come and let the dog out just to go to the bathroom, like, this one day, one time, like, just once, because she couldn't do it because she was working.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, sure. I went over there, went in the house. Like, my sister was like, she'll probably be in one of the living rooms when you come in, and, like, she'll probably bark a lot, but, like, she'll just, like, get excited and bark a lot when she sees you, but then she'll calm down. I'm like, okay, so I go in. She wasn't in any of the living rooms, so then I'm, like, going upstairs. And so I go upstairs, and she's in, like, a bedroom, sleeping on a bed. And she's also really old and deaf. So I go up to her, and I'm, like, kneeling down and, like, reaching out my hand for her to sniff. And, like, as I'm kneeling down, I didn't even touch her. She wakes up, and she starts, like, freaking out and howling, and she bit my finger. And I don't think she even meant to bite my finger. Like, I think it's just because, like, it was so close to her face, and she was like, ah,
Yeah.
you know? It's, like, I love dogs, and it's, like, it's not her fault, too, because to her, like, I was an intruder in the house. Like, she didn't know who the
Your
fuck I was.
enemy.
Yeah, and I was, like, in her face. But it was just, like, first of all, it hurt really bad. And, like, I was crying. And I was, like, sitting there in front of her for a minute crying, like, trying to get her to feel bad for me. Like, like, you know? And then, like, I texted my mom that the dog bit me. And, like, a minute passed, and my mom hadn't responded, and so I called her. And my mom was freaking out. Like, she was like, you have to go to the, like, urgent care, like, because it could get infected, and you could have to amputate your finger. Like, she's saying all this shit to me, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, okay, well, which, first of all, I was annoyed about because I fucking hate going to urgent care because it's like, you'll literally go into urgent care and there will be nobody else there. And somehow still, it takes them, like, 3 hours to get you into the room. Like, what are you guys fucking doing? Like, it's the most fake job ever. Like,
Everyone's in the back.
Literally, they're all just hanging out in the back. Like, and they're like, yeah, sorry, you're just gonna have to wait. But, anyways, when I was on the phone with my mom, I was like, well, can I come home first so you can look at it?
Yeah.
She's like, fucking whatever, fine. And so, like, I came home, and by the time I got home, she called my dad to tell him, and he was like, oh, it's fine, like, just clean it, and as long as I've had, like, a tetanus shot recently, then it should be fine. And so, fortunately, which, it's funny because at the time, I was so, like, annoyed about this, but, so, I went to community college for 2 years, and then I transferred to, like, a 4-year college, and when I transferred to the 4-year college, once a year, I had to submit all these forms for, like, vaccine, documents and shit like that. Did you have to do that, too?
Because I think it was at the time where the school was like, we want, like, a COVID vaccine, and it was, like, mandated.
Yeah, but it was, like, a bunch of other, like, random-ass vaccines, and so, like, I had to, it was just hella annoying because I had to call, like, my old pediatrician and, like, get all this, like, information, and there was some vaccines on there that I was like, I'm pretty sure I've got this vaccine, but I couldn't find any, like, documentation for it, and so I had to get, like, a bunch of, like, random-ass vaccines, and one of them was a tetanus shot, and that was in, like, 2023, I think, so I was like, and luckily I saved all of the documents, like, I just have them in, like, a folder, so I was like, okay, like, I'm good, and so I just, like, cleaned it, and, like, put alcohol on it, and just, like, kept it bandaged up, but it's annoying because it's on my finger, and so, like, you know how when you have a cut or something on your finger, and it's, like, every time you wash your hands, it gets soggy and gross, so that's annoying, but, yeah, so it really isn't a big deal, but it was just, the way my mom reacted was funny, and also I was like, well, I have to tell my sister, but I didn't want to because, like, I knew that she was gonna, like, feel so bad because my sister, like, her cat scratched me once when I was, like, 10, and she literally, like, still apologizes to me for it. So, like, I knew she was gonna be like, I'm so sorry. And, like, she came over, like, later that day and was like, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, girl, it's fine. Like, because the thing is, usually, especially because, you know, I do dog sitting so much, you always want to, before you go over there by yourself, like, before, if someone's going away or whatever, before they go away, you want to meet up with them. So, like, the owner's there and the dog's there and you can meet them. Because dogs, like, will act so different when their owner's not around, especially if they don't know you. So, the fact that I didn't go over there before they left to, like, see her probably has a lot, like, she was just like, who the fuck are you? Get out of my house. But... yeah.
And it seemed like a last resort thing of, like, oh, can you just do this really quickly? So they probably weren't even thinking, like, oh, we should have you go and, like, be comfortable with the dog and stuff. So.
Yeah, but it's like, not a big deal. I didn't even, I still tried to get the dog to, like, go outside and go to the bathroom after, but, like, she literally would not, like, she was, like, sitting in that bed howling for, like, I was probably there for, like, 5 or 10 minutes after, and she, the whole time was, like, like, just, like, the whole fucking time. And so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna leave.
Like, I tried. I was here. I have an injury now. Might be amputated later. So.
My fucking mom saying, I'm gonna have to get amputated. I was like, bitch, like, why are you crazy?
I was gonna ask if that freaks you out, if your mom is saying that, or are you kind of like, oh, it's fine? Because I'm the type where, like, if I went to my mom and she's like, oh my god, if she's freaking out, that would freak me out.
It did freak me out a little bit, but I feel like I'm, like, an ex-hypochondriac, so, like, I feel like I'm pretty good at calming myself down, where I'm like, you're fine. Because I used to have such bad anxiety, like, I'd literally, like, I don't even know, I'd, like, have a pain in my chest for, like, a second, and I'd be like, oh my god, like, I'm having a heart attack, I'm gonna fucking die. I had a period of time like that, and so, like...
I need that. I need, like, to get over it, too. Because I'm in a phase where I'm, like, slowly, like, oh, it's actually fine. But, like, when I go to my doctor, I love her, and I can, like, relax for, like, 6 months after I see her.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, everything's good.
Yeah.
Like, and I get all my work done. I'm like, okay, I'm fine. And then, like, after, like, a few months, I'm like, oh my god. Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm just like, you're fine. Like, I just have to tell myself that, because I'm like, you're healthy, like, I exercise, I drink water, like, I eat relatively healthy, and, like, I get a good amount of sleep, and so, like, and if something was, like, seriously wrong, like, I feel like you'd, like, really know, you know?
Yeah.
So.
I'm glad that you're okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just, like, that was crazy, too, because, like, I don't think I've ever been bit by a dog before. And again, I think that it was an accident. Like, I don't even think she intentionally bit me, but...
Yeah. I feel like you would think that I got bit by a dog because I'm so awkward around like dogs and stuff. Because I just, when you go to someone's house, and it's no one's fault, like, I like dogs, I like pets and all that, but I don't know what it is, like, going to someone's house and their dog is, like, barking and jumping, I'm like, please
no,
get
it's
off.
a
It's just, like, a
lot.
thing where I'm like, I don't know why it stresses me out, because I've never, like, been bit, like, I don't have this, like, fear of the dog. It just freaks me out, because I feel like Lexi was, like, the best when I'd come over,
God,
and it
she
was
so
like
good.
so calm and normal.
Yeah.
I never felt like, oh my god, like, Lexi's running at me, or I hate when dogs are, like, charging at
Well,
you.
some dogs
I'm like,
are
oh,
just,
it
like,
freaks me
fucking
out.
crazy, and honestly, like, not to get political about dog ownership on here, but, like, I do think part of that is, like, some dogs, I mean, they just get really excited, and, like, you know, but, like, a lot of times dogs will act like that because they're not getting enough, like, exercise, and, like, they're not, like, their owners aren't playing with them enough, and they're not getting their energy out, so then, like, when they get excited, they get so excited. And also, obviously, like, you know, if they're a puppy, they'll, or, like, like, a younger dog, they'll get more excited. Than Lexi was older, but even then, like, I don't know, she was always a really good dog. I was thinking about that, too, because I was, like, I wonder how Lexi would act if, like, we had someone that she had never met come over to let her out. And, like, I want to be, like, I think she'd be excited because she was, like, always excited to see people, but I literally don't know, because, like, dogs will just act different, like, if they're in their house and, like, the owner's not there and they see someone that they don't know. So, yeah, it's not the dog's fault, but, yeah. Dogs, yeah. They can be a lot, especially if you're not, like, used to them.
I don't know what it is. I wish I was more comfortable with dogs and animals and stuff, but I'm like, oh, like, get away.
Yeah, no, that's valid. That's valid.
But I have, like, no reason behind it. Like, I wish I had a sob story of, like, this dog attacked me and now I'm terrified. Like, I don't know what it is.
Some
just, like,
people just don't fuck with them, and that's fine.
Like,
I mean, you're wrong if you
I'm
don't
like,
fuck with
I like
them,
them
but...
from afar. Like, I love them, love animals. I'm just like, okay. Like, I'm like, let the animals be an animal away from me. That's what I want.
What about Noodle, though? We love him.
Oh, I love Noodle.
He's so different, though, because he's just a little guy.
I love Noodle's my best friend. Like,
He's bestie as fuck.
I love Noodle.
He was being really silly last night. We were on the bed, and then I got down on the floor with him, and he was just so excited. He was, like, running around and doing binkies.
Oh my
And,
God,
yeah, it was really
Noodle.
cute.
I haven't seen him yet since I've been here.
He's
so
under
I'm
the
waiting.
bed, which is good, because he hasn't been going under there, but... Oh, and then on that same day that I got bit, I went to the UPS store because I've sold stuff on Depop, but I've been trying to, like, if I have stuff that's not selling on Depop, I'm like, okay, let me try, like, Poshmark or, like, Mercari. So I was trying Mercari, and I've never sold anything on there before. But when you sell stuff on there, you have to bring it to the UPS store. And so I had, like, 2 packages. And I got there, and I pulled up at the same time that this other lady pulled up. And because I've never, like, been there, and I had to go up and have them, like, scan the QR code and stuff, I was like, I'm gonna let this lady go first. Because, like, she just had 1 box, and I was like, I'll let her go first. Of course, like, I get in there, and this bitch starts pulling out, like, so many things from inside. It was, like, an Amazon box, like, and then she was just pulling out all this shit from it. It was, like... clothing items, like, I remember, like, there was a pair of flip-flops, for example, and they were just in, like, a clear plastic bag, like, taped together, and she's pulling them all out, and this guy's, like, and then she's, like, putting the QR code, he's scanning it, and, like, whatever, and it was taking so long, and I was just sitting there, like, is she, like, doing, like, a drop shipping scam? Like, what's going on here? Like, because it just, I don't know, it was just fucking crazy. She also might have been returning stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it's more funnier to imagine that she was doing a drop shipping thing.
I know it's always like when you're behind like one person. I feel like everyone probably says this about themselves, but like I feel like when you go anywhere, even if it's one person in front of you in line, they take so long, and then you get up there and it's like 2 seconds.
Literally.
But I feel like it happens with everything. But also I've definitely been like in the position where I'm probably taking a while, but it always feels like that when you're like in the line. It's like, what is this guy doing?
That always happens at fucking Dunkin' Donuts.
It
Like, if you're in the
happened to me
Dunkin'
today.
Donuts drive-thru, I swear, like, there'll be one person in front of me in the drive-thru, and for some reason they fucking ordered everything on the menu, apparently, and it takes, like, 20 years.
That literally happened to me today.
Yeah.
Because I could hear them, too, because I had my window down, and it's like, can I get the, like, the Dunkin' meal, and, like, all this stuff. It was, like, a $20 total at Dunkin' Donuts, and but it was really quick.
All stuff that they have to, like, cook.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take longer, yeah.
It
And then
did
meanwhile,
go
we
by
go
quick.
up, and it's just like, can I get, like, coffee?
Yeah. Can I get the Sabrina Carpenter?
Yeah. Dude, I jinxed the Sabrina Carpenter drink being $3 afternoon. Like, I jinxed that by talking about it last episode, because now they're not doing that anymore.
Oh my God.
I was so mad, like, I went to
we're
Dunks.
losing money.
The first day after they, like, changed it, I went to Dunks after 12, and they were
You're like, I'm
your
here
total...
12:01.
Yeah, the total was, like, almost $5, and I was like, what? I didn't say anything about it, because I was like, maybe they just stopped doing that, but I'm like, damn, y'all got me,
count it again.
y'all got me hooked on this shit, and now it's more money. What the fuck?
Why that was so funny.
What? So, yeah. Oh, I have this note about, have you seen Adrian Brody's shitty art?
No. I know. He's like our number one op on this podcast, and I'm like, I haven't seen anything. So sorry I missed it.
So I saw a tweet. It says, was unprepared for how ugly Adrian Brody's art is, but it makes sense. I thought it would be funny to like I'll show you the pictures.
Live reaction.
And then we can like try to explain them.
Okay.
For people who I'll put them up on the screen for people watching, but if you're just listening,
little
we'll
game.
explain for you guys.
Oh my God. That looks like the shirt you get at Hampton Beach. It's like,
So this
oh
picture,
my God.
It's
Wait, I need to read the other one, so sorry.
it's okay.
Oh.
It's 3 different prints of like the Starbucks logo, but he's edited them so that the Starbucks lady is holding a gun in both of her hands, and they're pointing at her head. And then there's text around it that says Brody Bucks hooked. And then there's this one.
No.
And like the fit too. There's this one that's just like are those like actual guns?
I was gonna say, I think it looks like they're hung up.
It's like a bunch of guns on display, and then there's like red paint splattered over it. This like literally feels like a Nathan Fielder bit. Like, I'm like, is this actually real?
Okay, this one, I can get behind that one.
It's kind of tea.
So that one's like stupid, but I'm like, that one is my favorite out of all of them.
This one it's like a French fry box, but instead of French fries, it's cigarettes.
That's like, that would go viral on Tumblr.
It's just like, this is like his speech at the Oscars personified, because it's just like the most like, okay. He's like, guns are bad. Cigarettes, they're bad. Capitalism, bad.
I just don't get it, like, why they're being hung up at these things. Because I feel like if you showed me that at the t-shirt shop at the beach, it would make so much more sense there. But it's like, why is it in a gallery? Like, that's why I'm, like, confused. I don't know.
Nepotism, like, I don't know, because he has money and he could put his shitty art in a gallery.
And it's, like, interesting that it is just so blatantly, like, the Starbucks logo. Like, why? Not that, like, oh, how can you do that? But it's, like, that's like, another design that's already been done. And you're just putting your name on it.
It's, honestly, it's giving Andy Warhol, too. But I'll even say, I'm an Andy Warhol hater. Like, if Andy Warhol has 0 haters, I'm dead. Like, actually. Mm-hmm. But, even Andy Warhol's art is better than that.
I know the name, but I'm like, give me an example.
He's the guy that did the Campbell's soup can.
Oh, yeah.
Em knows more about Andy Warhol than I do, literally. I don't know if you want to share information about Andy Warhol. I just hate him. He's a freak. He's a freak and he's annoying, and he just, like, exploited, like, a lot of other artists.
Boo.
So here's some lore that maybe listeners know about. If you don't, I just think it's, like, one of the funniest things ever. There is this girl who, you know how, did you know that Andy Warhol got shot?
I don't know
He
anything.
didn't die, but he got shot. So
Okay.
the girl that shot him,
Love
she
that.
wrote this thing called the scum manifesto that was basically saying that we should kill all men. And the first man that she attempted to kill was Andy Warhol.
That's so funny.
It's so fucking
I
funny.
support
Like, I'm honestly
women's rights
like,
and
girl,
wrongs.
yeah, I'm like, honestly, she ate for that. Like,
That's so
sorry,
funny.
but
Target number 1.
yeah,
Like, out of, if you just want to kill every man and that's the first one you go after, like,
that's the funniest
I'd
part.
be, like, if I was him, I'd be, like, questioning I'd be like, let me do some reflection right now.
So, like, he didn't die, but then he was just, like, really traumatized after that and had, like, PTSD, which
Yeah.
is, like, really funny because I don't like him. So, I'm gonna get canceled.
Is he still alive? I literally, in my head, this could have been 2012. I don't know what year. I'm like,
No, I have people like that where I'm like,
Okay.
are they still alive? Or... So, yeah, Andy Warhol,
is
hate
he
him.
alive? Did he die?
So dead.
I'm like,
Yeah,
how
he's
long-
dead, he's dead.
When did he
Thank
die?
He's gone.
God bless.
He's gone. I'm like, was this a long time ago? Like, guys, I feel so stupid right now. I'm like, I don't know.
No,
I
you're
don't
not
know
stupid.
anything. Ask me something about, like, Holly Madison, I can tell you. Andy Warhol,
that?
no. Holly Madison. She dated Hugh Hefner.
Oh, okay,
Then she had
okay.
a show in Vegas. I love her.
Oh my god, I felt like you last night making... Did you see the list that I made on Letterboxd?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, this is so Jenny
I felt like you. The list in question is, like, weird autistic girls.
It was... Okay, yeah, my list was... And you should look at it. I'm so funny on Letterboxd. Like, I should have more followers, but whatever. My list is...
Link in bio.
Yeah. My list was early 2000s movies about weird autistic girls.
I love
And
it.
I'll tell you the movies that were on it. I got some hate because I put Donnie Darko on there, but I just thought that was funny because he's a weird autistic girl. Let me pull up the list.
I've seen that one. That's a movie I have seen, everyone.
Secretary, which we watched last night.
Oh,
And it was
that kicked off the list.
it was
You're like-
crazy. May, Amelie, Mulholland Drive, Donnie Darko. We need to watch Mulholland Drive
I
together.
know. I was about to watch it the other night, and then
No,
I
you have to
texted
watch it
you,
with us.
and you were
You
like,
have to.
"Please don't." I'm like, "Okay, I'll wait." I'll
Yeah.
wait.
The fact that Mulholland Drive came out the year I was born is crazy. Like, David Lynch was low-key, like,
Yeah.
prophesizing,
Right.
like, my lesbianism and, like, the impact that I would have on the world.
It's real.
Yeah,
That movie.
so...
I know I've been wanting to watch it, and it's like mentioned in Chapel Song, and like I'm just a follower. So I was like, "Yes, Chapel, I'll watch it." Thank you.
Whatever you say, Queen.
Yeah.
When Chapel tells us to do something.
No, exactly. I'm like, love you, girl. I said on Twitter yesterday, I was like, this would be a group Halloween costume idea. I know you saw.
Oh, I
There's,
saw
like,
that, yeah.
all the variants for the Giver. I
Yeah,
was
that would
like-
be funny.
I was like, guys, like
That would
I
be
need to
good.
get a group together to do
Yeah,
this with
I'd
me.
do that. I already have so many Halloween costume ideas, and, well, also when I watched Mickey 17, I was like, this would be a good Halloween costume. Like, when he has the hat on. And,
Oh,
like,
yeah,
the
I've seen-
whole, yeah.
I saw this girl on Depop selling. It was like a Jennifer's Body costume from Dolls Kill for like $20, and I'm like, do I buy it?
Weren't you
because-
Jennifer's Body for Halloween already? before?
Yeah, but this one would be her like color guard costume, where it's like I was like, wait,
Oh.
because I just love Jennifer's Body.
You should get it.
And
Is
I
it in
was-
your size?
I think it was like a size 2, like a size smaller, but I was like, that'll be motivation for Halloween to like be snatched by
Yeah,
Halloween.
okay.
But my thing is like, even though I've been Jennifer for Halloween,
Yeah, whatever. Like, we're not trying to
Right.
film a podcast or anything. Fucking asshole.
even though I've been Jennifer before, my thought process is like, oh my god, if I'm out dressed as Jennifer and someone gets the costume, then it's like, you're meant for me. It's my
Yeah,
favorite
true.
movie, so I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, if someone would be like, I like your costume, then it's like,
Mhm.
okay, we can hang out.
Yeah, I've been really. I was talking to Jenny about this last week after we finished recording the podcast. Is that like I've been getting more into like Y2K like aesthetics
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff, and so I've kind of been. I want to start watching more movies that are like from the 2000s because
God.
I'm just
Oh,
also
so
obsessed with
excited.
like movies from that era because it's just so I don't know, so interesting.
I brought House of Wax with me if we want to watch that too,
Tea. Okay.
because I love like that era of it too. Obviously, like that's my most watched like decade or whatever.
I
on
think mine
Letterboxd,
is
but-
like either the 2010s or like the 90s or 80s or something.
I like the 90s too. I don't think it's as high for me.
Mm.
Noodles here!
Noodles here. Hey, buddy, what's up? Hi, what's going on?
Noodle, I love you. Wait, I have like 10 things to say. With the costume too, if I were to buy it from this girl, I don't have to give Dolls Kill my money. And people don't like Dolls Kill for good reason.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I'm getting it for like $20 when it's normally like $70.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, it's like Jennifer's body. But also with the 2000s, like since I watched House of Wax, I was like, I need to prepare, because I did want to watch it with you guys, but I'm like, I have to watch this at home, like where I'm safe.
Why, because you were
like,
scared?
I get scared watching movies, because like,
funny.
I don't get scared of like, I'm freaked out. It's more like the jump scares. I'm like, I hate not knowing, and I know that's the whole point, but I'm like, I don't want to know.
I don't get like actually scared by movies really
Yeah.
ever, but like jump scares will get. I'm the type of bitch where like if we're at the movies and there's a jump scare, like I will literally be like, ah,
Yeah.
like in the like out loud,
Yeah.
like in the movies.
Oh, 'cause
so
I saw Nosferatu in the theater, and like even seeing I wanted to see it in the movie theater, but then like for some of it I literally was sitting there like trying to be like, okay, I'm seeing it, but like I have to watch it at home, like the scary movies, because I'm like, it's just too much, but I do love them. But the 2000s scary movies are like my favorite, because they have like, I don't like the style of it, and like the music in them is usually more like metal and stuff, and like rock music, and I love that. And like Final Destination 3 is that, like, it's like all
I was trying to
all those
figure out
movies.
like
I
what,
love it.
because I also started making a list of just like early 2000s movies, not just about weird autistic girls, but and I was kind of going for like a vibe, like aesthetic, but I couldn't really figure out like what to call it. Like I feel like it's almost like, I want to say goth, but it's not really goth, but it's like, yeah, there's like the darker color palette and like the weird like contrasty like lighting and everything, and I just like, I love it. It's tea.
Because that's why I love Saw so much.
Yeah,
just
I put
because of
Saw
like
on the
how
list.
it looks. Like
Yeah.
I love the concept of it, like how everything's all connected and it's like a plot twist at the end, but like just the way that it looks is so like cool to me. And even the movie 13, it's not like, I keep talking about
Did
this
that
movie
come
to you
out
guys.
in the 2000s? I was gonna check, but
I think it's like 2003 or something. It's
oh
like
really
really
Okay.
early.
I really need to watch that.
But
then.
that's a movie
That's
where
probably
it's,
gonna go on the weird autistic girl
I
list.
love that movie, but it's not scary, but it's very similar to something like Saw, where like the way the coloring is and like the style choices of the people like in the movie, like I just think it looks so cool, just in general. Like, even if you had the like no audio and you just had me watch it, I'd probably be like, I love it, because it just looks cool.
Yeah.
So I feel like it fits in with that too. And House of Wax was like really good. It was like cheesy. I feel like people take horror movies like so seriously, where like this was so bad, but realistically it's like, okay, it has like the same like the dark like I don't know, like coloring and like the music, but then it has like so many people like the 2000s like celebrities and stuff, and then it just creepy and like gory.
Have you seen this movie, May?
No, but I think you recommended that to me.
It's like that. You need to watch it. And this
So.
girl's like a little freak, so
I think I see it on Tubi sometimes. Like I'll pass it.
it
And
probably
like,
dude, love Tubi.
Tubi, I love you.
Yeah, we love
Hated their
Tubi.
Super Bowl commercial though a few years ago.
I don't
but-
remember what it was.
They had a commercial where hopefully it's Tubi. I'm like, guys, don't come for me. It was this big brand, but it was something like where it was supposed to be like, it looked like the football game was back on, but then it was like the channel changed. Like it was like the commercial though, and people were getting like mad about it. Like people were like getting violent because they're like, you changed the game or whatever, and it was like a whole thing. Because like, not to be that person, but it's like when the Super Bowl and like all the sports stuff happens, like domestic violence, like it goes through the roof. Like it's like
crazy.
it's like a thing for all the sports games, and so I
didn't
feel
know
like with
that.
that commercial, people were like, really, like,
Did you learn that at law school?
I don't know, maybe like gender studies class, I don't know.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
But-
that makes sense though.
So then people were saying like, this night is already a night where like stuff like that is like already heightened, and then like to have a commercial like that where it's like people are gonna get so angry, it's like, why would you do that? But I do love Tubi. But like that
Tubi.
commercial, it's like, maybe do anything else. Thank you, because it looked like it went to Tubi, like that was like the whole point. But
I like that, like conceptually as a ad. I think that's cool, but I didn't know that.
yeah, so people were like,
Yeah.
why would you do that?
Yeah.
But it's just any sports, I think just sports in general, but especially like those
The
big
Super Bowl, yeah.
games are like
Yeah.
all that. So
You should watch The Secretary too. Is that do you know anything about that?
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Do you know what it's about?
No.
It's crazy. It's like a really horny movie.
Add to watch list.
Yeah, but like it was kind of tea. But
I feel
there
like
was
sorry.
No, go
I'm
ahead.
so sorry. I literally, me being like, I never talk, and I'm like cutting you
No,
off.
go ahead.
I feel like, because I'm someone where I feel like a lot of the things that I like are very, like, sexual, but then when I'm actually watching a movie, like, it depends on, like, the context of it, because sometimes it, like, not that I'm like, oh, it makes me uncomfortable, but I'm like, I can't get behind this. And it'll be like, say, like, The Graduate. I tried to watch that, and it was something where, like, the guy in it, he, like, just graduated college, and then there's, like, this older woman who, like, wants to, like, get with him. But in my head, I'm like, oh, like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
And the movie was, like, I didn't even finish the movie, because I was like, this is, like, weird to me.
I feel like where I draw the line is, like, it has to be, like, tasteful. Like, it has to be, like, sexy and tasteful. And I feel like there's a lot of movies that are, like, horny, but they're, like, they're kind of, like, corny boots. So, I don't know. But I felt like The Secretary was tasteful. What do you think,
It was a little corny at times.
Well, well, it's hard not to be corny when you're making a horny movie. You know, at the end of the day.
No,
but
when it was on, it was on. Okay.
yeah, I just want to talk about this. I know this is, like, insane, but there was a scene. So it's about this girl that starts working as this guy's secretary at, like, a law firm, and she's just, like, she has, like, a pain kink, kind of. What?
No.
What?
Is that funny to you?
Sadist.
Oh, yeah, she's a sadist. Yeah, that's a good word. Thank you.
Or masochist.
Masochist. I think one of them is, like, you like doing harm, and one of them is, like,
I think
like,
masochist is when you like being hurt, whether it's, like, pain
Okay, then-
or, like, being embarrassed.
That's her, and then the guy that she was working for is a sadist then. Anyways, so they start, like I want to say fucking, but they don't even, like, until the very end.
Oh,
but,
okay.
But, you know, there's, like, just stuff going on with them.
Yeah.
I'm so good at it, like, describing movies. But there's this one scene where, like, she's bent over the desk, and he, like, jerks off behind her, and literally it was, like, a fucking, like, 2 or 3 minute long scene of him, like, jerking off, and he's like moaning and shit, you know? And, like, they didn't even show the cum shot. And I was like, if they showed the cum shot, I literally, like, it would have been 5 stars. Like, the fact that they had that all that build up, like,
For
I was
what?
like, this is crazy. Like, he's literally out here, like, jerking off and moaning, like,
For what?
like, yeah, and then they didn't even show it. Like, you guys are cowards. But that was my takeaway. I also thought, like, I don't know, I'm curious, like, we just watched the movie and then we went to bed, but I want to, like, read more about it, because I feel like I've seen people talk about it before, and I'm just curious, like,
I think it
people's
depends,
opinions
like,
on
with
it and
movies,
stuff.
because with Baby Girl, like, I liked the movie, but I feel like for me, it's something where I like the theme of the movie better than, like, actually watching that. Not that I was like, guys, this is, like, a lot. It was more just for me, like, I was seeing it, and I'm like, okay, like, I don't know how much I relate to this movie, but I feel like the idea of, like, oh, it's about, like, women's pleasure and, like, shame around that, I feel like I'd rather read, like, a Wikipedia article on that, because I like the idea of it.
I watched a really good YouTube video, and I forget the girl's name, but it was, like, Baby Girl is a movie about AI, and it was really interesting. I wish I remember the girl's name, but I'll like, I can, like, put a link in the description or something, because she had a video about Anora too, where she was talking about just, like, the controversies of, like, Anora.
Okay.
Where was I going with that? Yeah, I feel like there's a lot to unpack with Baby Girl. I love Nicole Kidman, so, like, when I watched it, I was like, this diva, like, you know, so it's definitely hard to watch a movie like that, like, in a theater, or, like, with other people, because it's like, oh my god, like, it's crazy, you know?
Well, I saw it with Allie, because it's like, who else would I see it with? I love Allie, and we were there together when we saw the trailer for it. We must have, I don't know what movie we were at, and we're like, we're coming back for that together.
Because she loves Harris Dickinson, right? Yeah.
Well, because we saw him in the Iron Claw together too, so I'm like, I love, like, going to the movies with Allie anyway, so I'm like, it made so much sense, like, that I saw it with her, but I feel like there was points where I'm like, we're probably thinking 2 different things right now. Like, but I still liked the movie, but I was like, I don't know, like, I like when I hear other people talk about the movie more than I liked watching it.
Yeah, that's fair. When Em and I saw it in theaters, it was fucking crazy, because there were these girls, like, in the same, we saw it at AMC, and which, by the way, we saw Baby Girl at AMC, and they didn't play the Nicole Kidman ad before the movie.
What's the point?
Like, what? Anyways, we're in the same row as these girls. They're not sitting next to us, but I think it was just us in the row, and then, like, space, and then them. They were being literally so obnoxious and loud and just, like, on their phone and, like,
Oh my God.
talking loud as fuck, like, laughing. And then I think, like, the first, like, sex scene in the movie, like, one of the girls, like, so loudly and obnoxiously, like, got up and left. But, and I was like, okay, thank God she left. Like,
Yeah.
bye. You're literally so annoying. She came back, like, 5 minutes later. But when she left, like, she literally took all her stuff.
Oh.
Like, all of her belongings went with her, like, so I thought she was gone. What's up?
Turned her flashlight on.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that!
What?
Flashlight on, waving it around.
Yup.
Wait, why? Like,
So she could get out of her seat.
oh my
What, you
God.
can't fucking see?
They have the
like,
little
be
lights on the
serious.
floor,
Be
too.
serious. I hate when shit like that happens to me because, like, I, like, want to tell people to shut the fuck up so bad, but I'm, like, shy about it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, is that, like, I feel corny boots being like, shh, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, don't be, why the fuck are you at the movie theater if you're gonna be loud as
Yeah.
fuck?
I
Like,
think it
get
depends
out of
on
here.
how long it goes on for. Like, if
Yeah.
it was for, like, we're just giggling during the scene, I might be like, okay, like, give them a look. But then,
Yeah.
like, if it's for, like, what you guys are saying, like, a good amount of time, then I
It was
feel like
going on for a
there'd
long
be
time.
no, like, problem with it. Because other people, too, are probably thinking it.
Yeah.
So. But I've never been that person to be like, can you guys, like, be quiet? Like,
Yeah. Especially because, like, located, because they were, like, kind of further away, I would have literally had to be like,
Mhm.
can y'all shut up? Like, you know? But.
These girls, when I saw a queer, these girls were, like, next to
When
me.
you saw what? Did you just call me a queer?
Canceled. Like, you come back next week, you're like, so Jenny's not on the pod anymore.
Yeah, so I'm actually gonna have a new podcast
Yeah.
co-host.
Buddy. So I saw it, and these girls next to me, they were probably like 21 or something, so they were like my age but like a little bit younger, and like I loved them though because they weren't being obnoxious, but I feel like there were certain scenes with like Drew Starkey where you could tell that they were there to see Drew Starkey, and I was like, I love them.
Wait, did you see that with Allie?
Mhm.
Yeah, I bet she was
Yeah.
like, mhm.
We were eating that one up. I like that one more than Baby Girl, even
That's
though you
fair.
can't really like, they're not really comparable,
They're-
but
yeah,
we
they're
saw them
different
in like the
movies.
same week, so
Yeah.
we're like, okay. But the girls next to me, like certain things would happen, and you could tell that they were kind of like, oh my god, like teehee. But I was
Yeah.
like, I feel you guys. Like
Yeah,
I was
well,
on the same page.
Well,
as
it's
them.
one thing to be like reacting to the movie,
Mhm.
but like these girls were just talking to each other. You know, like they
yeah.
weren't like, it wasn't even about the movie. Like they were just being annoying.
No,
so.
I hate that. I just saw TikTok. I don't know if you've seen this guy on TikTok. I love him. He does these like prank call videos, but he has like this like Karen voice that he'll put on, and he made one where it's like so dumb, but he was like me calling the movie theater to ask them to pause the movie while I go to the bathroom. So he
Real.
calls like, he's like, is this AMC? He's like, I'm at the movie, can you pause it? And they're like, no, I can't. But then he like pretends to be someone else. Like he's like, shut up, and he's like, it's so stupid. But
No, that's
Cassandra
funny.
Bowman on TikTok.
Okay.
So funny.
Shout out. I don't really like use TikTok. I'm like different.
You're like, I'm on Reels on Instagram.
No, literally though. No, that is like what, like I stopped using TikTok, but it's like I will be looking at Reels on Instagram, and it's like they're just like worse. It's just like a worse version of TikTok, but sometimes they're kind of funny. I didn't even like consciously decide to stop using TikTok. It was just like I use it all the time, and then I feel like it was like when I stopped hyperfixating on a thing that I like, where I just stop using it, and so now I'm like, well, don't start using it again because this is good. You know, this
Yeah.
is good for you to not be on TikTok.
Mhm.
So I just never really. But I feel like left out though when people bring up
Oh,
TikToks,
yeah.
and I'm like, oh, I don't know.
I
who that
love TikTok.
is.
Like, it has me, like, in a chokehold. I love it so much, but
You and the rest of the world,
Yeah.
girl.
it's just so, like,
But I'm
funny. I
different.
don't know. It's so, like, tailored to you. I'm like,
Yeah.
I love it.
No,
So-
I understand the appeal for sure.
They have all my information, but it's okay.
That's
like,
okay.
I'm totally fine with it, because it's funny.
Oh, Em and I are caught up on Severance now, and I didn't get to talk about that. Severance was like, because we were watching it, and then like,
Wow.
I just know that's a man. I just know that's a man in
Of
that
course.
car or bike or whatever. Em and I were like started watching Severance the same, like last week, the same week we went to go see Mickey 17, and I feel like they were really good like companion pieces because they're both about like just like a lot of the underlying like messaging and stuff of the show and the movie are about like workers and workers' rights and stuff like that. So that's cool. But Severance is literally tea. Like it's the first time in a while I've been watching a show and, like, been, like, so hooked. Like, we need to keep watching. It's so good.
I
You
probably should watch it. I definitely should.
But it's on fucking Apple TV, which is, like,
Oh, yeah.
who the fuck has Apple TV? Luckily, M's parents got it recently because they wanted to watch Severance, so we, like, have their login. But otherwise, it's like, if you don't have Apple TV, girl, pirate it.
Mm-hmm. And imagine being on a show and you're like, guys, it's on Apple TV. Like, you can't promote it, basically. I feel bad that I have, like, nothing to say, too, because I'm like, I haven't seen it.
I know. I'm like, we need to, like, watch the same show or something.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Well, we want to start Yellow Jackets. I think that's going to be our next thing. Like,
have to.
because we finished Severance and then we were, like, watching The Sopranos again. But The Sopranos is definitely, like, having stopped it for a minute to watch Severance, it's like, this is definitely a show we can, like, watch for a bit and then, like, watch something else and then come back to it. Especially because it's longer, because The Sopranos is 6 seasons and we're on season 2. Like, Yellow Jackets is 3, right? How many episodes are in each season?
Season 1 is, like, just say 10, season 2 is 9, and then season 3 is airing right now, so there are only, like, 5 episodes out right now.
Okay.
So it's quick, but the episodes are, like, an hour.
Okay.
But
Usually that's how fucking TV is now.
Yeah, I'm all caught up now. And so every Friday I'm like, okay, I get to see my friends
God, that's
today.
that's when the Severance episodes come out too.
Yeah,
That's
so I'm
crazy.
like locked in. I'm like, okay, my friends are here. But
my friends are here.
I don't know. I feel like my opinions have changed so much, like, about the characters on the show, like, as I'm watching it. Because I feel like there were certain people where, like, when I'd go online, it felt like everyone liked this certain character, and I'd be like, I don't really like this girl. But now I'm like, I get it. I get what you guys were seeing. Like, I don't know. But it's really good right now. But I feel like I see clips of, like, the actors and stuff where I feel like so many shows I've watched, it's like they've already ended, so it is weird to see, like, oh, Christina Ricci's on Jimmy Fallon talking about the show that I'm, like, currently watching.
Yeah.
I'm, like, so used to everything just being done, and I'm like, wait, like, they're talking about the show that I'm watching.
I know. Of course we, like, I'm just assuming that there's going to be 9 episodes in the season of Severance that's airing right now because there was 9 episodes in the first season.
Yeah.
And the most recent episode that aired was 8, so I'm like, okay, we have 1 episode left.
Yeah.
There might be more, but I don't know. But it is fun, like, watching a show while it's airing. Because also we're watching The White Lotus right now, and it's also airing, and I'm like, oh my god, TV is so bad.
I almost sent you someone... Maybe it was Nicole Kidman, but it was, like, someone said that they'd be interested in going on the show.
I saw that.
And I almost sent it to you.
It
but
was
then,
Nicole Kidman.
Because then I was like, wait, they didn't say they were going on it, so I don't want to, like,
They just said they want
be,
to,
like, this big hype thing.
Nicole Kidman in The White Lotus would be tea. Like, she would eat.
I need to watch that show, too.
This season is crazy. Like, there's just, like, the people on it this season are just... just crazy. There's just some weird fucking characters. Like, there always is, but, like, this season I'm just, like, I don't know. There's a lot of people that I'm like, okay, I'm kind of obsessed with them. Like, their storyline is Boots. So...
I should watch it, because I love something crazy. Because then I'll try to explain it to my mom, and she's like, I don't really care. And I'm like, Mom, but no, you don't get it. Like, this crazy thing is happening. Like, when I watched Breaking Bad, and I was trying to tell her, and she's like, I literally don't
Breaking
care.
Bad is crazy. Breaking Bad was so stressful to watch. I was worried that The Sopranos would be like that too, but it's kind of, I mean, like, obviously, it's, like, definitely entertaining and, like, dramatic, but it doesn't feel as, like, stressful as Breaking Bad did. Because there was episodes of Breaking Bad where, like, I literally was, like, like, getting anxious, and I was like, I had to stop watching, like, I'm freaking out.
I know, I'm like, so I'm like, I don't understand.
You guys are at 52.
Okay. I feel like I should say more about Severance, because it's just like, Severance good, but I'm like, I don't really know what to say about it.
I know, we need to watch, like, pick something and we'll watch the same show. And be like, okay, we can talk
or
about
even,
that.
like, we haven't watched a movie together in a while, but we should.
There's so many movies where I'm like, okay, we have to watch it. Like, House of Wax is here.
Maybe we'll watch that.
Chad Michael Murray's in it. And he's in, have you seen Freaky Friday with Lindsay Lohan?
No, I haven't. I know. I need to
really
watch
good.
it. I need to watch it.
He's like white boy of the 2000s, like, because he was in the
I probably would reckon. Let me look.
He's in the Cinderella Story with Hilary Duff.
Okay.
He is in.
I'll definitely recognize.
He's in One Tree Hill. He's like the main guy on One Tree Hill. So it's like Chad Michael Murray, but I feel like he's not in as much stuff now. But he was like in the 2000s. He's like the white boy of like the century.
Oh yeah, this guy.
So
okay.
So I was like excited to watch the movie because he's in it. So I was like, okay, that's my friend.
Do you like my bolo tie? I've been trying to be in my bolo tie era lately.
I like the picture on it too.
Thank you. It's a little frog. I haven't worn this one yet. I have two. This one and then like the black one that I wore on Valentine's Day, which my mom gave me. But this one, I got an ad for it on Instagram, and I literally was like, but immediately like they got to me. So, but I don't even remember what the name of the brand was. But I haven't worn this. Yeah. No, I
actually went out
remember.
of business right after I bought it.
So this is my first time wearing this though since I got it. So.
I love it.
I also just got this at Savers. Oh my god, we had such a good Savers haul the other day, and it's so annoying because it's like, I swear to god, every time I go there where I'm like, I'm just gonna look around, like I don't really need anything, that's always when I find a bunch of good stuff. But that just reminded me, I saw a tweet yesterday that was like, I'm gonna open a store across the street from Goodwill called Badwill. And I was like, we need to do that with Savers, but call it Spenders. And it will be like the same thing, like a thrift store, except the prices will be cheaper. Because the Savers prices are actually ridiculous.
I feel like I've seen them go up over time.
Yeah, because I've been going there for a while, and it's like, it's gotten crazy. It's just so annoying because I'm like, y'all got that for free. Somebody dropped that off for free, and you're trying to charge like $20-$30 for it. Like, get real.
And you can't even like do a return there. It's like you get like store
credit. And they got rid of the dressing rooms too. Remember they used to have dressing rooms? Throwback. I'd be in the dressing room like literally with like 80 things. Like,
yeah, I need to like go there more for like, especially things like Halloween where it's like I don't need to be buying like new clothes for Halloween. Like I need to take advantage of that. So because every year I'm like, I have to buy a new thing, and my mom's like, why don't you just wear the same costume? And I'm like, you don't get it. You don't get it, Mom.
Why would you do that?
And then because she wants me to save my money because I don't have any.
Yeah, but like you can't repeat. You can't Halloween costume repeat. Yeah. You can't do that
unless it's Jennifer's body. Then
that's fine. Then I'll do you're doing a different version of it. But also it's just so iconic that it's like, no, you can do that again.
I know. I'm like, I need to. But I know I've been like thinking of Halloween costumes, but I also have a list all year round, like just on my phone, where like if I think of something I'll add it there, or like a Pinterest board of like Halloween costume ideas. So
last year Em and I were Daria and Jane, and then I had another costume too. Oh, okay. Honestly, I had an underrated Halloween costume last year because like right before Halloween I shaved my head, and so for Halloween I was Furiosa from Mad Max, and it literally ate, and like we just like as a society like haven't talked about that enough. But
just
like,
post it on Instagram now.
I already have posted on Instagram. I'll post it again and be like, y'all like slept on this. Like, what the hell, guys?
That is a cool costume too.
Yeah, and that was all like stuff I just like pulled from like my closet too. So
when I say I had the worst costume, I don't mean at Allie's party because I liked our costumes. We were the Iron Claw. Like we had like the. I literally had, like, a robe from Amazon.
You're like,
I was like, yes.
Okay.
But it was when I went out into Boston. I literally didn't know what to wear. I wore, like, a lace bralette. And I just, like, went out into Boston. And
yeah, but I bet, like,
here.
every man that saw you, like, ate that up. Like, they were like, oh my god.
I remember Buddy was, like, mad. I think I've said this before, but Buddy was mad because, like, Buddy had, like, his cloak on. He had, like, all this, like, makeup on his face and stuff. Like, looked cool. And, like, Piper had, like, this cool costume and stuff. And I literally showed up in, like, a bralette and bunny ears. And we were at the bar, and these, like, girls were like, we love your outfit. And
like,
Buddy...
True?
Buddy was so annoyed. He's like, you're not even in a costume.
I
like,
bet he was.
I was just like, oh, they want me. Like,
yeah,
I'm
they
sorry.
did.
Like, I don't know.
That's like always how it be. That makes sense.
I was like,
when I was Furiosa, it was on like the actual day of Halloween, and I was working that day, and I went in like in the costume, and a bunch of people asked me if I was G.I. Jane, and I was like, I'm gonna kill myself in front of you, like.
Oh my god, that's funny. You're like, no, close, kind of, not really. But I have good ideas this year. I always say this, but I'm like, I want to do, but I'm a cheerleader.
Oh my god, we need to do that.
But I kind of want to wear, like, the pink outfit, too.
Do that.
Like, I want to, like,
well, I'm like,
do that.
Yeah, I'm like, I want to be Graham really bad, but I also would love to do, like, the RuPaul in the, like, straight is great shirt.
That'd be funny.
Because that would be funny, yeah. But, so then I'd have to, like, decide which one.
Yeah. Maybe we can have Buddy wear that shirt.
But I want to wear it.
Oh, yeah. You'll have a quick change. You're like,
well,
okay,
it's either like you're what's her name, Megan, and like I'm RuPaul. I'm Ru.
Oh yeah.
And M is Graham, or I'm Graham, and you guys are both Megan in different outfits, and then I have two girlfriends.
like challengers.
Yeah, it's like
Everything.
challengers, exactly.
Well, because technically, too, all of them wore the pink outfit, so like, it's not like, oh, I would be Megan. Like, you guys could be like, we're the couple, and I'll just be like, I'm just someone in the back. I'm just
Megan.
there.
I guess we should probably wrap it
I
up.
know.
Damn.
They'll miss us, guys. I don't know.
What?
I was gonna be like, guys, please watch the video, but like, this is the video, because like our views are tanking.
Oh my god, I know what's going on. I mean, our Spotify plays have been pretty consistent. I mean, it's like five people are listening to it. But
shout out to everyone who's actually watching.
Shout out. I love when like my friends text me that they're listening. I'm like, oh my god.
I know.
Like,
My friend texted me like, send me the link because she was gonna listen at work. I was like, oh my god.
Leanne, we're trying to post on the Instagram too, like so we can get some followers. Like I posted a reel yesterday, and that was like a clip from the podcast, and honestly it's like so humiliating because it's like it's just like some of my friends that follow the account, and it's just them liking it and no one else. And I'm like, this is so embarrassing for me. Like I'm being so cringe. Like, but it's like
I feel safer knowing it's people that we know watching it. Like I think if it was random people liking it, I'd be like, oh no, I'm spiraling.
Yeah, well I'm trying to if we can like consistently post like reels and stuff, I'm like hopefully we can get some reach so we can get other people that like aren't our friends watching. But yeah, I'm like, sorry you guys have to see me like this. Sorry you guys have to see me like this, like posting a reel that's getting 5 likes of me talking about Sean Baker. Like, I don't know.
I just wish people would comment. Not like in a, oh, I want validation. I just wish people were like, I loved when you talked about this thing.
Yeah,
so then
me
I
too.
could know, like,
guys,
okay.
let us know, like, to like my 2 or 3 friends that actually like watch and listen, like, definitely leave comments, like, but
even
yeah,
if it's a question or like, please talk about this thing, like,
yeah,
let me know.
Yeah, give us topic ideas, especially Jenny because she doesn't bring notes.
I know, I just show up, eat all the food, and I leave.
Yeah, that's true. That's what you do.
So I'll be prepared next time.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll see you guys next week. And thank you so much for watching.
Goodbye,
Bye.
everyone.